I had an idea to start this show with a bit of a joke.
Keep my wife's name.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to another edition of Top 5 Tuesday. Well, if that wasn't one of the most awkward award show moments of all time, everybody talking about it, the slap heard round the world at the Oscars, Will Smith on Chris Rock, and that got me thinking, it's not just actors who get a little awkward and uncomfortable at award shows. There have been many uncomfortable moments, cringe fests, if you will, at Country Music Awards over the years, so I'm going to count down my top 5 awkward moments at Country Music Award shows. At number 5, Ashton Kutcher presenting at the 2012 Academy of Country Music Awards. Always looking to branch out and bring in some non-country people to the Country Music Awards. They did that with Ashton Kutcher, and in the end, it felt like he was kind of making fun of country music. He walked out decked to the nines in his best cowboy outfit, and then proceeded to absolutely butcher I Cross My Heart, a George Strait classic. Weird night, ill-advised. Ashton Kutcher comes in at number 5. At number 4, George Jones' big win at the 1993 CMAs. Now this one, much more lighthearted, but still a very awkward moment. In 1993, George Jones won the CMA Award for Vocal Event of the Year for his performance of I Don't Need Your Rockin' Chair. Great song, great moment. They announced the winner as George Jones, and his wife Nancy runs on stage to accept it, and everybody's kind of wondering, where is George? We've seen him here earlier in the night. And Nancy has to announce in front of everybody, he's in the bathroom. Could somebody go get him, please? Yes, George Jones took home a CMA award while in the men's room. A reminder to everybody, if you're up for an award, make sure you're not taking your bathroom break during your category. Awkward moment for sure, and it comes in at number 4. At number 3, the response to the Chicks, then known as the Dixie Chicks, at the 2003 Academy of Country Music Awards. This award show coming right on the heels of the controversy after Natalie Maines made the comments that they were ashamed that the President of the United States was from Texas. This was right during the war in Iraq. You were starting to see some real divide between Americans on either side of who was for or against the war. And the country music crowd, not a big fan of the Dixie Chicks at that event, even though the Chicks were not there. That's right, they performed via satellite from Texas. They were not in the building, but they got booed every single time their name got mentioned. They were nominated for a slew of awards that year. They were shut out of all the awards, but every single time that the Chicks got mentioned, loud boos raining down. It was an awkward night for everybody. That comes in at number 3. At number 2, multiple protests from Alan Jackson at both the ACM and CMA Awards, making for some pretty awkward moments. His first one in 1994, after it was known that the ACM Awards wanted to class things up a little bit and ask people to maybe dress nicer, get some tuxedos going. So Alan Jackson shows up in a muscle shirt with Hank Williams on it and a pair of blue jeans. There's protest number 1. Then for his performance, they wanted him to lip sync. Alan Jackson, not a big fan of that, so how do they show their protest in that one? He has his drummer go up there and not bring any drumsticks. So the song is playing, you can see the drummer going along, but he doesn't have any drumsticks. Silent form of protest there. Then years later at the CMA Awards, his good buddy George Jones was told that they were going to cut his performance in half, so George Jones left. Alan Jackson not happy with that. In the middle of his performance, he stops, turns around, gets his band to start playing Choices, the song George Jones was supposed to sing, and Alan sings it on the stage. Alan Jackson always making his choices well known to award show committees. His protests come in at number 2. Number 1 most awkward moment at a country music award show, though, you got to go back to the 1975 CMAs when an inebriated Charlie Rich took to the stage to present Entertainer of the Year. He had won the award the year before, and he was here to present it to the 1975 winner, who happened to be John Denver. Now, nobody really knows if Charlie didn't like John personally or didn't like more pop kind of acts coming into country music as the crossover era was starting to blossom, but he voiced his displeasure in a very visual way. As he opened the envelope and saw who the winner was, he proceeded to pull out his lighter, set the envelope on fire, and sarcastically announced the winner as his dear friend, John Denver. It was a moment to remember forever, that is for sure, but it was an awkward one. Oh my goodness, awkward to the core. Charlie Rich in 1975, he takes the cake at number 1. That will do it for this week's Top 5 Tuesday. Don't forget to join us again next week, and if you're around Will Smith, remember, bob and weave.